In 2024, James Webb detected a galaxy called JADES-GS-Z14-0. We're seeing it as it looked just 290 million years after the Big Bang. That's already strange. But then scientists analyzed its light and found something they didn't expect. Oxygen. Lots of it. The problem: oxygen is produced inside stars, and stars need time to live and die before oxygen can spread through a galaxy. Yet somehow, only 290 million years after the universe began, already looked chemically mature. In other words, this galaxy appears to have evolved far faster than our models predicted, and that's why some astronomers are calling it one of James Webb's most important discoveries yet. But before we get into the explanations, you need to understand just how impossible this discovery seemed. Imagine the history of the universe compressed into a single year. The Big Bang happens on January 1st. The Milky Way doesn't fully develop until much later. Our solar system doesn't appear until September. And humans arrive only seconds before midnight on December 31st. Now imagine finding a massive chemically mature galaxy on January 3rd. That's essentially what James Webb found. According to previous models, galaxies this early should have been small, chaotic collections of young stars. Instead, looked surprisingly advanced. So advanced that some astronomers initially questioned the data itself. Was the distance wrong? Was the oxygen signal an error? Had Webb somehow misinterpreted the galaxy's light? The team checked, then checked again. The results remained the same. The oxygen was real, and that created a new mystery. Because oxygen isn't created during the Big Bang. The early universe contained mostly hydrogen and helium. Everything heavier had to be forged inside stars. Stars are essentially cosmic factories. They spend millions of years creating heavier elements in their cores. When those stars die, they release those elements into space. New stars then form from that enriched material. It's a slow process, or at least that's what scientists thought. Suggests the process may have happened dramatically faster in the early universe. And if that's true, it changes more than just one galaxy. It changes our entire timeline of cosmic evolution. Suddenly, astronomers were faced with a possibility they hadn't seriously considered before. What if the first stars were completely different from the stars we see today? Some theories suggest the earliest stars may have been hundreds of times more massive than our Sun. Such stars would burn through their fuel incredibly quickly. Instead of living for billions of years, they could die in only a few million. That would allow heavy elements like oxygen to appear much earlier than expected. But even that explanation doesn't solve every problem. Because isn't the only surprise James Webb has found. The telescope has discovered multiple massive galaxies in the early universe. Each one seems to push the limits of what our models predict. And that's what makes this discovery so important. Science doesn't advance when everything works perfectly. Science advances when observations refuse to fit our expectations. Every major breakthrough in astronomy began with something that shouldn't have been there. The Earth wasn't supposed to orbit the Sun. Other galaxies weren't supposed to exist beyond the Milky Way. And now, galaxies like JADES-GS-Z14-0 aren't supposed to be this mature so early in cosmic history, yet there it is, visible to James Webb from more than 13 billion years in the past. A galaxy quietly challenging everything we thought we knew about the dawn of the universe. So, did James Webb discover a galaxy that shouldn't exist? Not exactly. The galaxy clearly exists. The real mystery is why it exists. And until astronomers find that answer, will remain one of the most fascinating cosmic puzzles ever discovered, because sometimes the universe doesn't break the laws of physics. It simply reveals that we don't understand them as well as we thought.